Hello and welcome all to Sieve Secrets, where everyone tells all. We've got a great panel lined up for you. We're going to go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Nathan.
I'm Roku, Nathan's wife.
I'm Ira, their daughter.
I'm Kenny, the tannery owner.
I'm Arjun, their son.
And I'm Kumthi.
We're going to start out with some questions. Ira, I have one for you first. I know we didn't have the largest dowry for you, but how do you feel about your marriage?
He's a very good-looking man, and we had a very nice wedding. But due to my infertility, we had to separate.
And I have a question for Nathan. Why did you decide to build my house by yourself? Was it because of the lack of money?
You know, lack of money plays a large role in it, but also, I felt for our marriage it was the first thing that I should do for you to honor you and honor our future together.
I have a question for Nathan and Ruku. Why do you feel the way you do about me working at the tannery?
You ahead.
I feel like it's against our culture, and I would much rather you be out like all the rest of the men and work on the farm and on the land.
I agree with her, most definitely. You know, I'm not too familiar with the white men coming into our land and building there so soon. So I'm not for it as well. I have a question for Roku. You know, in the beginning, when you would sell our goods to old Granny, you would receive similar profit, but now you turned away from her and you're selling to someone else. Why is this so?
Well, Biswas came with me with more money to give, so I sold to him instead. At the end of the day, I needed to make more money to support my family. I have a question for Kenny. What made you want to help me with my infertility?
Well, you know, I saw you were struggling to have your next child. That should have been a boy, because you had your daughter first. And I know it's very important to you and your family to have a boy.
I have a question for everybody. If I'm making money working at the tannery, why would I stop working there? Especially when I'm helping with the family money issue.
Well, I think the tannery is very dangerous, and that you should just get out of there.
Like I said before, I would much rather you be doing what our family does on the farm and on the land.
And as she also said before, it's untraditional. You know, use your hands, get out there in the dirt. That's the way I see it, not in a building.
There's nothing wrong with the tannery.
I don't think there's anything wrong with the tannery. I think you're doing good work and you're making money, and it should stay like that.
All right, I have a question for you guys as well. Other than Kenny, sorry.
No.
How did you feel about the construction and the formation of the tannery?
It took up a lot of land that we could be using for crops and stuff like that.
Perfect.
I don't mind the tannery. It makes good money and has good people. The only thing I don't appreciate is all the ruckus that's made in the village.
Very noisy. Very noisy.
Yeah, as you can tell.
Yeah. And how do you feel about it?
It was a little obnoxious when they were building it, but now that it's here, I love it.
All right.
I thought the construction was a little loud, but now I have a job and money is money, so.
All right, I think we got one more question.
I have a question for my son. What makes you want to work at the tannery and not with your father?
Because it's nice working in a building, like more like construction there, and I mean, money is money, and then I'm getting paid more to help you guys.
Okay. You know what? I think we covered our questions for the first panel. We thank you so much, and stick around for the next one. Welcome back, everyone. We got a new panel for you, new characters. I'm Ruku.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Ruku's dad.
Ruku's mom.
I'm Biswas.
And I'm Callie.
New characters means new questions. Let's hear them.
All right, my first question is for Bizwaz. Do you feel like you take advantage of others in your line of work?
I do not. My job is my job, and when the topic is money, it is never dealt with lightly.
Oh, so how does everybody else feel about Bizwaz? How do you feel he treats you?
You know, he's professional in what he does. His job is money, so we have to accept that. He's just very cruel in his ways. I think you can work on that a little bit, so that's how I feel.
I've never really had to deal with him, so I couldn't really answer that.
Oh. Okay, my next question is for Ruku's dad. What are your thoughts on arranged marriage?
I think it's a very traditional way of doing things, and we just gotta hope that someone comes around that fits our needs.
Ruku, how do you feel about being forced to marry a farmer?
I accepted the fact that I was forced to it, and it was questionable in the beginning because, you know, I didn't have the largest dowry, so it was questionable in the beginning with a undereducated man and just lower class, but I learned to love him, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Ruku's mom, how do you feel about your daughter's arranged marriage?
I think that arranged marriage these days is tough, especially with dowries, and all my other daughters had a dowry, and that gave Ruku a less of one, but we made it work, and I hope the same for her marriage.
Ruku's mom and dad, why didn't you guys even out the dowry for all your kids so they marry in the same social class?
Well, at the time, the abundance of money we had, we thought it would last, but unfortunately it didn't.
Ruku, how did you feel about the man I chose for you to marry?
You chose a good man. In the beginning, it was questionable. I was kind of scared, but I grew into it, and we learned to love each other, and he's an honorable man. He started his life from nothing with me, and we grew into something, so there it was.
Okay, I have a question for everyone. Because I am a money lender, why do you guys feel I take advantage of others?
I think we should look past the point that you're a money lender and accept it, because you're dealing with money, and money's so hard to come by these days. So what little we have that's everything to us. So when we're trying to give you something, and it is money, it's just tough for us.
Mm.
Yes, agreed.
Okay, I have a question for Kelly. Why do you feel the need to put down Ruku for her ability to read and write?
Well, women are supposed to care for their family and not do other things to put their education first.
Okay, ladies, do you feel that men take advantage of you guys in the society?
I think men feel superior to us women and do consider us inferior, only because they want to hold the power in their relationship.
Okay, men, do you feel that you take advantage of your wives?
I don't think so. I think she is my baby, and I love her very much, and I don't think anything can hurt our relationship.
I don't believe so.
I love
That's true
you.
love, guys.
Is that all we have?
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for tuning in to Sieve's Secrets, where everyone tells all. We hope to see you next time. Have a beautiful day.